And good evening, everybody. And hopefully the integrity of our theme tonight will be slightly better than the integrity of our polling just now. But we're here today to discuss sustainability as a strategic opportunity. We have a very expert panel of speakers. I'm going to do my best to set the scene before pulling out a few survey results, and then I'll hand you over to these guys and we'll let the battle commence. I wanted to start with noting a survey of business leaders that came out a couple of weeks ago, where 92% of UK business leaders said they think that green growth presents an opportunity for their business. Not surprising, consistent with other polls that we see, and easy to roll off the tongue. More striking, however, was that only 31% expect to see increased profits for their company in the evolution to a sustainable economy. And I think we can all see there's a bit of a problem there. Like it or not, CEOs are judged on their delivery of profits, and no matter how important you might think an issue is, unless you can actually point to where the profit is going to come from, it's hard for you to devote energies to it. Now, I put it to you that this inability to see profit stems from a lack of imagination and of strategic understanding of sustainability. And I think there are a number of big global companies who are proving that point very well. GE generated $18 billion of revenues in 2010 from eco-imagination. That's 12% of their total revenues from a program that's 5 years old. Similarly, Siemens generated 28 billion euros of revenues in 2010 from its environmental products. That's 37% of their total revenues. Now, you might say to me, but these are companies who naturally have an opportunity. Their core business is aligned with the new emerging climate markets. They have more opportunities than others do. So maybe we have a look at Philips. Philips has their EcoVision program, which is about generating more energy-efficient products for consumers, on the rationale that consumers are increasingly favouring these products. In 2009, EcoVision accounted for 7 billion euros, and Philips believe that 50% of their revenues will come from EcoVision by 2015. But what happens if you can't sell environmental products and you don't have a product that you can make more efficient and therefore more attractive to the market? How do you find profit? And for that, I point to M&S, where Plan A now accounts for 10% of group profits, and very little of that comes from revenues. Most of it is from business efficiency, particularly energy efficiency. And I think Plan A is very relevant to a lot of businesses in the UK and very inspiring. And I know a lot of people have Plan A on their desk, on their wall, and I think they're right to have it there. So I just want to turn quickly to our survey results. And I know you won't be able to see this at the back, and I'll just talk you through it. Everyone's got 2 copies on their table, and you should have received a copy by email. Before we did this, we got together 10 companies who we think are leaders in sustainability. So they're companies who are treating sustainability as a strategic issue and who are making profit from it. So they're many of the companies I've just discussed earlier. And we've looked at the main activities that these companies do, and we've drawn up 21 activities in a variety of different areas. So the first one is revenue. So there are 3 revenue activities. Then other strategic opportunities, such as an acquisition of a company that's a leader in sustainability. Then we look at business structure. Then we look at employment of latest analytical tools. And then we look at partnerships and collaboration. And we looked at our leaders and said, which activities do you do? And we found that as an average of the 10 companies, they were already doing 62% of these activities. We then put the same survey to you guys in the February survey, and 92 companies filled it in, some great companies. They're all listed at the back of the survey. and the average company was doing 19% of these activities. And I think this difference between 19% and 62% is very illuminating. And I ask myself the question, is it now the case that the majority of companies are still looking at sustainability as a CSR issue, where they're looking at it in terms of reputation, compliance, and expecting it to be a cost, whilst there are a few leaders who are seeing it as a strategic opportunity and where they're making a lot of profit and where they're getting increasing advantage over the rest of the field. So I think at that point, I'm going to stop, and I'm now going to hand over to our panel of speakers. And our first speaker tonight is Michael Liebrich, the founder of Bloomberg New Energy Finance. New Energy Finance have been highly successful in the clean tech arena, widely regarded as the leading source of data and analysis. And Michael is able to put figures to market trends that I've never seen anyone else do. And I always find his insights very encouraging. And it gives me great pleasure to hand you over to Michael.